was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls came tumbling down in the city that we love. Gray clouds rolled over the hills, bringing darkness from above. And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing's changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about it? How am I gonna be an optimist about it? We were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your pose as the dust settles around, and the walls came tumbling down in the city that we love. Gray clouds rolled over the hills, bringing darkness from above. And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing's changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing's changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about it? How am I gonna be an optimist about it? Where do we begin? The rubble or our sin? Where do we begin? The rubble or our sin? Where do we begin? The rubble or our sin? Where do we begin? The rubble or our sin? Hey guys, I am so happy. I think we're still alive, actually. If you guys want to tell me if we're still alive, that would be wonderful. Yeah, so basically my screen went blank. So let me know if we are live. That'd be wonderful. Thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, happy day. Thanks, Emily. I appreciate that. So welcome to the EP release party. How wonderful and exciting this is. I see all of these wonderful, wonderful people that are congratulations all over the place, and you guys are just awesome. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, kind of, right, from your computer or phone. Well, I was thinking that we'd do some really fun stuff. Thank you all for telling me that I'm still alive. I appreciate that. I figured we'd do some really fun stuff. I'm going to have a weird thing in my ear. Just give me 1 second to try to fix it. I don't know if that may have done. No, that didn't fix it. All right, I'll live with it. I don't care. I'm going with it. I hear two of me. Okay, everybody. So we have a treat in store for tonight. I'm excited that you guys are here. The EP is coming out at 12 midnight. So if you're still up at 12, you could listen to it on Spotify and stuff. But you won't need to because you're here, and that's the whole point. Basically, we're going to listen to all the music. I'm going to tell you the stories behind the music, and I might play a few of them acoustic. Sometimes it's hard to kind of, I mean, the thing that's coming out is the recorded music, right? And so playing it acoustic might not do it any justice. So maybe the first time you hear some of this stuff, it might be best to play it in the bigger sense of my 3 years sitting at a computer screen trying to make it work. So, yeah. I'm trying my multi-screen thing again, if it works. Is anything delayed, like the sound or anything? I'd hate to go like an hour and a half and just it be annoying for you to watch. When I clap or something, is it late or anything like that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hopefully it's not. Or doable. Okay, so I figured we jump right into the first song on the EP, right? And I want to tell you also, if you have dinner plans, if you're going to order something out, the girls are going to order some pizza. So we're going to have pizza here. Virtually, we could share it with you guys. Okay, great. Thanks, Mary. Appreciate it. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Robin. I appreciate you guys. So basically, we have pizza coming. Sophie, our middle, had baked. She said, "What kind of cookies do you want, Dad?" So I was like, "Ooh, she's asking me what kind of cookies I want." So I went with oatmeal raisin almond cookies, and they smell like our Pancake Saturdays smell. A little cinnamon, yeah. So hey, Jeannie, welcome. And so we have cookies coming out. I also bought ice cream for the girls, but they don't know about it, and they're not live streaming this, so they don't know. Waffle cones, ice cream. So that's later too. First song. I'm just going to get right into it. I'm not going to, maybe I will play it acoustic. Let me tell you about it. I'll play it acoustic and then I'll play the video. All right, here goes. So basically, this song, a lot of you guys have heard it. It's called "It All Begins." It's the title track, right, of the EP. It's about a road trip I took with my dad, and many of you know the story. Some of you don't. So basically, it was I went on a road trip in 2001 with my dad, and it was 2 months. It was the story goes basically I was supposed to go with my friend, and he was like, "Hey, listen, I have." His name is Jay. I won't name any names, but he was like, "I have a girlfriend. I have work. I'm in a band now, and I can't go." And this was like we were planning this after high school, and I was like, "Well, what am I gonna do?" And I was like, "I'm going to go anyways. I don't care. I'm going to do it." And so what happened was my dad was on some disability, and he was starting to walk and eat right, and he just got really healthy, and he'd had some heart attacks, and so quadruple bypass and stuff. And so he was like, "I'll go with you." And I was like, 18-year-old John was like, "I don't know about that." Yeah. And so finally I was like, "Okay, let's do it. And so what ended up happening was we planned a 2-month road trip. We're going to sleep in my Honda Civic. I had one of those big Whopper-looking things that holds all your gear and stuff on the top of my little Honda Civic. The back of the thing was almost touching the ground. It was like that heavy, like 60 cans of tuna fish, I think, or something like that. So we go cross country. This is 2001, so both of us are kind of younger in general. And so 2017 comes around, and I'm like, "Dad, I'm in a different part of life and everything, but maybe we should go on another road trip." I think I need background music. What do you think? Do you think that might help me? There we go. Okay. So, where was I? So 2017 comes along. I'm like, "Dad, let's go on this trip. We'll go for 2 weeks because I have a family now and I can't go for 2 months and stuff. But let's do it." And he was like, "I'm not sure about that. I don't think we can pull that off. And I'm kind of feeling old nowadays, and I don't think that this is a good thing for me." So I kept pushing a little bit. I worked out all the places we'd go. We hit a few spots from 2001, and then finally I got him to say, "Okay, John, I'll go." And so I wanted to write a song on the trip, and it just never, ever happened. I had my guitar inside on bungee cords inside of the roof of my car, and it just never happened. I never picked my guitar up once, and the story goes that I realized in this trip that it was not for me to be a musician on the trip. It was for me to be a companion to my dad. That was the whole point. And here I am, like, with my little travel guitar, and I'm gonna play somewhere, or I'm gonna write a song, or I'm gonna do something. It just never happened. And it was the night before we got back. We were right outside in New York. Yeah, we were outside of the city, but we were still in New York, and we were at a rest area. And I picked my guitar up for the first time the night before we got back, and I just started strumming, just little picking action, and it turned out to be the start of the song "It All Begins," and it's basically like, Dad, it's not over. 2001 was awesome, but 2017, this is just the beginning of everything. It's not over. This is where it all begins. And so the song just kind of details our trip, and I'm going to show you the video right after I play it live, but this is the title track. Keep doing that. All right. I think I need a set change too. There we go. Little smoke. Making our way to the ocean. We're tired of all of the forward motion today. We're chasing the sun until evening. The windows are down and the road is singing a song, and it makes us sing along. Life moves so fast, let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when it all begins. Crossing the valley together, stopping to look at the beauty whenever we can. Well, here we go over the mountains. Wouldn't have done it without you, so open to life. As the road it fades tonight, life moves so fast, let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when it all begins. 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 It all begins now. And this line is a line about my kids and his grandkids. Making the most of the moments. We're gonna be telling our story someday to them. We won't wish it could have been. Life moves so fast, let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when it all begins. Life moves so fast, let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when it all begins. 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 It all begins now. We're making our way to the ocean. All right, all right. Let's see here. Looks like the stream is still working. That's always a good sign. I hope you guys are hanging in there. It feels like things are starting to lighten up a little bit, and kind of like move in the right direction. I don't know if you guys are feeling that, but it feels like that to me. So that's good news. But I really do hope you and your families are doing well. I have some friends who lost some loved ones, and that's been pretty hard to see them go through that. Oh, sweet. Thanks, Mary. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, Elaine. Thanks, Jeannie. Appreciate it. Hey, Charmaine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Let's see here. So I had a couple things to tell you guys. One thing is, I'm going to pop it right in the chat so you guys can know about it. Okay, so even though this is going to be live as far as like on streaming services and such, you guys, 12 o'clock is when it all goes live. And if you have Spotify, if you have Apple Music, then you could listen to it at 12 o'clock, which most of you are probably going to be going to bed. And we won't be here. So in the meantime, though, if you don't have a streaming service or you just want to listen to it whenever you want to listen to it, my whole philosophy is I'm trying to get music out, and I'm not really interested in trying to get people to pay for it in order to get it. The hard part is to get it into people's ears, right? And so I never got why some people, need to get compensated for it. I mean, I do get it, but anyways, point is that it's hard enough to get it into people's ears when you give it away. So that's my point. I wanted to give you guys a link, which I'm going to pop in the bar right here in the comment section. And this link is for a page on my website that I just made live. Excuse me. It has all the lyrics to the songs, and it has a little play button next to the songs. It works on a phone or a computer. And once I press the button, it's going to go to you. And there it is. So that is a link to my webpage and the new lyrics page. And if you don't click that link, just go to ciambriello.com and you can click lyrics at the top, and then you can listen to the music without any kind of streaming service or anything. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad to give that away. And let's see here. I had a whole list of things to do for tonight. It was really good, too. Hold on a second. I think I might have found it. All right. If anyone took advantage of the EP pre-release, which is basically when if you have Spotify, you could say, hey, when the music comes out, I want it to be in my Spotify account, so I don't need to look for it. It's just automatically there when it gets released. It helps me out because it lets Spotify know that people are interested in my music. And so I'm just going to really quickly also pass on another link to you really quick. And this link is a link to, you may have seen this on my social media site, but this link that is coming through right now is a link where you can pre-order, pre-save for free the Spotify pre-save. Yeah. for your Spotify account. And if you don't do that, you could still click it. It'll still count in a good way towards me. So if you want to do that before 12 p.m., that would help. But anyways, okay, on to the next song. If you did do this pre-save thing ahead of time, you might have heard this song already. It's called The Stains Are Okay. Of course, wait a second. I didn't even play the other song, did I? I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited. All right, let's see here. That's what we'll do. We will go to... Sorry, there's a bunch to manage. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for sticking with me through my management skills being sharpened. All right, it all begins. See you on the flip side.
You ready for the trip? First stop, Home Depot, California.
The start of the trip is happening now. See you.
See you.
It's gonna be a lot of fill-ups.
Sure, we don't know where our car is.
Making our way to the ocean. Tired of all of the forward motion.
There you
Today,
go.
night number 1. Chasing the sun until evening. The windows are down and the road is singing a song. And it makes us sing along. Life moves so fast. Let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when it all begins.
It's magnificent.
It all begins. It all begins now.
I think I'll stop.
Crossing the valley together, stopping to look at the beauty whenever we can. Here we go over the mountains. I wouldn't have done it without you. So open to life. As the road it fades tonight, life moves so fast. Let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when
That's how
it
we do it.
all begins. Life moves so fast. Let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when it all begins. It all begins.
But we lost $150 in Vegas.
It all
Plus some tires.
begins.
We're gonna want to eat. We wanted to make you jealous. Come on.
It all begins now. Making the most of the moments.
Morning.
We're gonna be telling our story someday to them. We won't wish it could have been. Life moves so fast. Let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when it all begins. Life moves so fast. Let's slow it down to make it last. But don't you say it's the end, 'cause now is when it all begins. Life moves so fast. Let's slow it down to And here we are in the mountains. And then all of a sudden, the Duke comes out. That was your cue.
I'm the Duke.
Hey guys, I'm just trying to, I forgot to post this to my website. Give me 1 second to post this. I will be right back. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I still hear music in my ears. I think it might be because I have something open. There we go. Okay. I think that worked. Hey everyone again. I appreciate you sticking around. I wanted to bring Sophie in here for a second. Just she's not going to actually be seen. However, we do have when the girls talk. Those are the pictures that they have created so that we can communicate. Soph, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
She's doing good. Can you guys hear her? Again, it's always a technical, interesting little thing that we got going here. Lots of cords and wires and such. But let me know if you guys could hear Sophie. Sophie, what did you create a little earlier?
So I made oatmeal raisin and almond cookies.
And of course, I'm going to have to sniff one. I'm going to eat one when the pizza arrives. That's for sure. We're going to take a little break and stuff. Perfect. Thanks, Emily. I appreciate it. I'm going to grab one. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So this is the full dish. Let's see here. I'm going to switch to this guy. Whew. Look at those, Sophie. Those look incredible.
Thank you.
What do you guys think? Oh, thanks, Robin. They can hear you. All right. I do this face that the girls love when I do it, and that's how they know if something's really good or not. Here we go. I'm going to do it. They like it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm totally going to have one of those later. Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, you can have one, but wait till after dinner. Okay. Dinner is very, very late tonight. It is what it is. Cool. Okay. So yeah, there you go. That was It All Begins. We let that one out a little early for you guys. I appreciate all the great feedback with everybody. Oh, Mirabelle would like to say hi.
So I kind of know why there's a late dinner. It's because yesterday we had a very, very early dinner.
Is that why we have late dinner?
Not really.
No, yesterday we had a late dinner too.
Not very late.
Well, maybe that's the reasoning behind it, but I don't think so. I think it's because we're having a CD release party tonight. What do you think?
I know, but still, we did have a very early dinner.
No, we had a very late
Okay.
dinner yesterday.
You never know. You never know. All right. So what we're going to do is go into song number 2. It's called The Stains Are Okay. And the song is about, it's kind of a redemption song in a way where it's in life we go through all of our trials and turbulent times and things that, they basically leave a mark on us. And so this song is about, it goes out to anybody who would say that, yeah, I've been through something and I've kind of carry some baggage from that thing. In this case, the baggage is a stain, like on a white shirt. You just have it. It won't come out, but it's there. But it really doesn't affect your living except when you notice it and when you kind of And so this song is saying, listen, you are beautiful the way you are. That stain, your past brought you to where you are today. That's a beautiful thing, and you wouldn't be where you are today if it wasn't for where you've been. So that's what The Stains Are Okay. That's what it's all about. I'm thinking I'm just going to play this song. Why not? As far as I'm going to actually play the recorded version of the song so you could hear it in its true form. There's a lyric video involved, so you can read along. Try to fight through all the little things, and we're not about to give up on everything that we've worked so hard to patch up and clean out. Though the stains, they will stick around. Life can play dirty the minute you're clean. Time a chance, it will tangle your dreams, and all that you are comes from your yesterday. But it's not bad, you're beautiful. The stains are okay, yeah, the stains are okay. When I was without you, sure, things were easier. But now that I've got you, well, I know the difference of a life without cares and no cares in the world. I wouldn't trade in for anything. No, life can play dirty the minute you're clean. We'll give time a chance, it will tangle your dreams, and all you are comes from your yesterday. But it's not bad, you're beautiful. The stains are okay, yeah, the stains are okay. Please believe me when I say I'll be your friend to get you through this time. Take my hand and then we'll walk to the other side. Oh, life can play dirty the minute you're clean. Give time a chance, it will tangle your dreams. All that you are comes from your yesterday, but it's not bad. You're beautiful, the stains are okay. Tangle your Okay. So, pizza just arrived. What timing is that? They're singing the song. I should have put a song about pizza on there. What do we have? You want to talk in the mic and just let us know what we have?
Hi, everyone.
Don't come that way because don't come that way because you'll actually be on film and I'll have to. They're gonna go around, and that way they could talk in the microphone.
Do I duck?
No, you just go around and talk in that microphone over there. It's a very complicated system we have here, everybody. But go ahead and tell us.
Hi, everyone. We have an allergy-friendly pizza for the Smurfs. And then we have a cheese pizza for the not Smurfs. And a salad for those of us who feel like being noble. Also, shout out to the moms of Orange, Woodbridge, and Bethany group who are listening in right now.
Amazing.
Thank you for your support. I'll see you on Facebook.
Yeah, she'll see you there.
Oh my gosh. And my guess would be is that after that moment, there won't be any more talking. The pizza's here, and that's where they are.
Did you want pizza?
I do want pizza, but I probably shouldn't do it while I'm singing. I end up sounding like Kermit the Frog. Okay, so let's see how this is. So basically, it's that song number 2 on the EP. Super excited about that. The Stains Are Okay. The third song on the album, I'm going to play it for you, an acoustic version of it. This is really fun. Quick little story is that I wanted to have a good video for you guys for tonight, and so it was 6:15 yesterday, and I jumped in my backyard with my camera and started recording like mad because I had an appointment. I started running recently. I had an appointment to run with some friends of mine, socially distanced, of course. And so and they were coming at 7:30 to run around the area of the streets next to my house and such. And so it was like 6:15-ish. I'm out there and like trying to record some footage, and then my friends came and it was 7:30, and I went running and it was like 8:45 by the time we really were all done, and I got back in and I put all the footage on my computer. I started editing like mad up until 2 in the morning. Then I had to meet my friends again at 7 in the morning, if they're watching. Thanks, guys. No, I think it was my idea to meet in the morning, but I didn't realize I was gonna be up to 2 a.m. trying to put this video together for you guys, which I'm happy to say that it came out. It's a video. I mean, I don't know if I did my best. But either way, I'm going to play that right after I play the song, the acoustic version. This song is, it's basically a love song. And it's interesting because the songs on the EP, they just range. There's, the first song is a father-son road trip song. And the second song is about past failures and mistakes that stick on you, but, kind of you're redeemed from that. And this song is a love song. So it's called Ordinary. I need some smoke. Kermit, I have a friend who does Kermit so well. I don't know if he's watching right now. Mr. Brian Allison, he sings a song with a Kermit the Frog voice. Amazing. Okay, I need some smoke. Here we go. I think I should make those little things move too. I mean, we spare no expense. This little guy, watch this. Watch the red dots. Do you want to change the color of dots? Add a little blue and green in there. Why not? Let's do it. You've got wings, I've got feet. You bring fresh air to me. You are there when I'm in need. Please don't fly away. Shooting star from up above, the one I was wishing on. You took my hand, you showed me love, but I still don't know. Where'd you come from? How do you fly? How How did you fall into my life? Yeah. 'Cause I'm an ordinary, you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. I don't know how I got you or what you see in me. You are an angel, I am just ordinary. Tell the world that I'm in love. You're the only one that I'm dreaming of. A friendship with devotion, but I still don't know. Where'd you come from? How do you fly? How did you fall into my life? Yeah. 'Cause I'm an ordinary, you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. I don't know how I got you or what you see in me. You are an angel, I am just ordinary. 'Cause you were in my prayer, and heaven must have heard me. 'Cause you showed up out of the thin air. I thought I lost my chance to find the one to love, but you're my one to love. I'm an ordinary, you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. Well, I'm an ordinary, you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. I don't know how I got you or what you see in me, yeah. 'Cause you are an angel, I am just ordinary. 'Cause I'm the ordinary, you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. I don't know how I got you or what you see in me. 'Cause you are an angel. You are an angel. Well, you are an angel, I am just ordinary. I got a woo from the other room. What's that? Oh, did I not explain that? Okay. So 12 p.m. Oh, the pre-order. Are you saying the pre-order?
They want to know how to pre-order on Spotify.
Oh. Someone had said that it did not work. I think it was Robin had mentioned it didn't work, the pre-order on Spotify. I tried it myself, and when I did click it, it did go through. So I don't know if you have to be logged or have your Spotify open. I'm going to send the link right now in the feed, in the chat feed. So that's where it says show.co/ all that stuff. Pre-save my upcoming EP. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure why it didn't work for Robin. But if you click that link, it says, you click a little thing that says pre-save. And then at 12 p.m., I think I'm looking at the wrong screen. And then, there we go. And then at 12 a.m., in a couple of hours, few hours, it will pop up in your account. That make sense?
Yes. Can I have your...
Go for it.
Yes. Can I have your half of the pizza?
What are you going to do with the piece you're eating right now? Is that your half or my? Is that
That-
piece of yours?
It's my half.
What is it? Tell us
Gee.
what you had.
Well, I had half the pizza, but I want your half too.
You had half of a pizza? They just arrived.
It's a little baby pizza.
Oh. I need a sip of water. Okay, I need to stop the lights too. I'm getting dizzy. Okay. Oh boy, now they're blinking. Okay, we got blue. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be fun if I can actually do this. I'm going to start the video. Again, this video was recorded yesterday, and I had to get it. I was working on it like, oh my gosh. It was a moment. Let me just put it that way. But you guys are important to me. I wanted to make sure it was done for today. And the thing is that this video is not going to be released anywhere until maybe I'm going to wait maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks once things are out, and then I'm going to release it and then promote it. So this is a little sneak peek for you guys. Anyone that makes it this far into the EP release video after this airs and then it gets posted to my site, if they make it this far, then they deserve to see it. Okay. So here we go. This is the song Ordinary, the recorded version of it. See you soon. You've got wings, I've got feet. You bring fresh air to me. You are there when I'm in need. Please don't fly away. Shooting star from up above, the one I was wishing on. Took my hand, you showed me love, but I still don't know. Where'd you come from? How do you fly? How did you fall into my life? Yeah, 'cause I'm inordinary, 'cause you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. I don't know how I got you or what you see in me, 'cause you are an angel, I'm just ordinary. Well, tell the world that I'm in love. You're the only one that I'm dreaming of. A friendship with devotion, but I still don't know. Where'd you come from? How do you fly? How do you fall into my life? Yeah, 'cause I'm inordinary, 'cause you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. I don't know how I got you, but what do you see in me? 'Cause you are an angel, I'm just ordinary. 'Cause you were in my prayers, and heaven must have heard me. 'Cause you showed up out of the thin air. I thought I lost my chance to find the one to love, but you're my one to love. I'm inordinary, you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. Well, I'm inordinary, 'cause you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. I don't know how I got you or what you see in me, 'cause you are an angel, I'm just ordinary. 'Cause I'm inordinary, 'cause you're an angel. You fell into my story when I was alone. I don't know how I got you or what you see in me, 'cause you are an angel. 'Cause you are an angel, I'm just ordinary. You are an angel, I'm just ordinary. I think I am still streaming. Yes, we're back. Great. So I hope you guys liked that one. Yes, that was yeah, you should have saw me book outside yesterday. No one was. I was like, I ran and recorded everything really quick, but it was cool that it all got done by now. All right, I need to change the let's see here, green. Ooh, okay. Let's see here. So there are 2 more songs on the EP. This one, I put a little teaser out there. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. I love that you love the song. Okay, I did have a piece of pizza. I ran over and had the other half, and she was right. The pizza was like, wait, it was like that. So I had half of that. There was a half a lemon that was open next to the pizza. So yeah. Anyways, see if I sound like Kermit. Okay. So 2 more songs left in this EP release moment. I think I should grab a cookie. Okay, this is, if anyone who's a little bit late, these cookies were made by my darling Sophie to my specifications. She literally said, you know, what do you want me to make? And is Sophie still here? Sophie!
She's not here in her pizza.
She might be upstairs. This cookie is an oatmeal yellow raisin almond cookie, and it has like cinnamony goodness in it and stuff. So I'm gonna eat it in front of you because I'm sure you have snacks. I'm hoping. Yeah. Anyways, here goes. I'll let you know how it is, and I will share if I could, but I can't. Oh, it's a bit crunchy, which is nice. It's really good. I'm gonna put it down for a second. But it sure is good. Thank you, Sophie, for the cookies. And I don't think she could hear me because I think she's upstairs. Probably watching something. Okay. Anywho, more smoke while I tell you the story. About song number 4. It's called Chrysler. This song literally is, or was, and probably, I guess, still is, the least favorite song out of all of the folks who I had sent the song. I sent all my songs to some friends of mine, and I wanted some feedback before I released them to the world. You know, does this sound bad, or do you hear anything that sticks out? Is there any, bass parts that are just overwhelming, that's blowing your speaker out, anything you're noticing, stuff like that. So they all got back to me. One of the questions was, what's your favorite song? What's your least favorite song? This was everyone's least favorite song. And basically, there were a bunch of reasons, but I think the majority of everyone was like, I don't relate to the song. I don't really relate to it. And I totally get it because it is a very personal song. The story goes, 2013 came around, and I wanted to go down and try out for the show The Voice. And so it was like a dual thing. I wanted to go, however, another reason was for me to just get out of Dodge and just go on the train and just walk around the city all day and then go to the tryout later in the day. That was kind of like the perk, like, yeah, I guess I'll do both of them kind of thing. So I went down, I get there, and it is absolutely, and this is a little story time now because I'm sure some of you are wondering how The Voice works and stuff like that. I get down there, and there's like 5,000 people. You've heard the stories of that, right? There are lines going out the door, up the escalator, and it's just like you feel like you're an ant in the middle of nowhere. You know, there's just so many people there. And not only that, but the people that were there, they were very like Disney singers, like perfect, right? You know that, like they'd be in the corner like, you know, doing their warm-ups and such, and there's like girls everywhere, and doing their things, and I'm just like, I do not fit in here. I don't feel like that. I'm a singer like that. I feel like I like writing songs. I like producing them and working on them and playing live and stuff, but I don't consider myself just like a singer to that caliber that everyone was that was around me doing their warm-ups and such. So I was really like kind of, yeah, I just didn't think I was going to go anywhere with this. But I was like, I got a wonderful walk in New York City. That was like awesome. And so what ended up happening was I get into a room, right? They took 10 people at a time, but they took 5 groups of 10 people at a time, and they'd put you in front of one of the producers. And so you go into a room, one of 5 rooms. They put you in like a V, like 5 on one wall, 5 on another wall, and then there's a desk with 2 seats, and that's where the 2 producers sit. And there's 2 producers per room, and many producers. And so what they do is they call your name. You have to walk up in this row of 5 and row of 5, and there's like an X in the middle, and you have to walk up and sing a verse of a song. And then you have to have a second verse of a song ready to go. So they went through all these people. I thought the voices were great. I thought people were amazing. And here I am. I was the last one that was up. And they call me Mr. Ciambriello. So I get up there, and I think I sang an Elvis song. And I think it was the Elvis one I do. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. And so I had that, and I did that one. And everyone, they said, okay, after the first one, just thank you very much. You could sit down now. But they said, John, can you do it one more song? And I was like, sure. Okay, that's different. That's weird. Okay. And then I sang a version of John Mayer's Daughters. And so he said, you could sit down now. So he said, thank you, everyone, for trying out. If I could see John Ciambriello when everyone leaves, that would be great. So then they gave me this little ticket, and it was like this callback ticket. They wanted me to come back on Wednesday, and this was on a Friday. I was ecstatic. I was so excited. Like, first of all, why would they choose me out of all of these singers to come back? They don't tell you why or anything like that, but that blew my mind, and because they were so good, and I just didn't think of myself in that way. And so I get this red ticket. They make you fill out all this paperwork. It was endless paperwork. And then I went home, and they said, you can't tell anybody about this. This is absolutely on the down low. If you tell anybody, you could just forfeit your turn coming down here. So I didn't know anything about what was going to happen next. I just was pretty excited, and I had a massive boost. Hey, Min. Oh, hold on a second. Pause the story. Go ahead, Min. What's up?
First of all, when they said not to tell anybody, well, you're telling lots of people right now.
That is true. That is true. I am telling a lot of people right now, except I didn't make it to the end of my story where they said I could tell people.
That makes more sense.
It sure does. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know what? The fact that she's listening like that was pretty good. I appreciate that. Rem's over there. Everyone's around. Are you guys all listening to this? I don't think I've ever really officially told you this deep down story about this.
This is a good story. Nice.
They like the story. Okay. I'm going to change camera angles. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hi.
Hey.
You okay?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Everyone's okay. So, what happened next? I go home, and I have this big boost of encouragement, like never before. Like, people who know what they're doing with music, these producers, said, you have what it takes to go through this process to see if you could be on the show. And that was so encouraging to me, more than anything. Like, if I took anything away from this whole thing, that was the thing. Now, what did this producer say to me when I went after everyone else left? He said, now listen, what you're going to want to do, because you just sang 2 songs by 2 guys, you're going to want to pick 2 songs when you come back on Wednesday that are in different genres of what you normally do, 2 songs that are sung by females, and 2 songs that are played on different instruments than the guitar, which is what you play. And he said, basically, we're trying to hear what you do and not you copying someone else. And I was like, huh, that's amazing. I never thought of it that way. But that's what he said to do. I went home. I was full of like, wow, this is amazing. I came back on Wednesday, and this was in February, freezing out. And so I'm the person who does not take subways. I kind of do nowadays, but back then I was like, I'm walking everywhere, which thinking back, I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that because the air was so cold and that's not good for your singing voice and your vocal cords. It's what I did. So I go down to a private studio that they have set up with 3 different producers, and they basically sat you down, made you fill out. You have something else to say, Miri? Salad? She has salad. And that's good because she normally doesn't like to eat her salad. So good job. Wait. Go for it.
I hate it.
But she's eating it, which is great. So what happens next? I go down. I'm walking to this studio in Manhattan. Then I get a call from a friend of mine, Madison. And Madison is getting married. And she said, I talked to my fiance, and we want you to sing at our wedding. Now, Madison is a musician and knows many musician friends. And here she is calling me to sing at the biggest day of their life. This is before they had, I'm sorry, I'm not reading all of your wonderful comments. You guys are awesome. If I start reading them, I won't finish the story. I won't know where to go. So Madison calls me and she says, I want you to sing. And I was like, here I am trying out for The Voice for the second audition. And someone who knows about music, they're a musician themselves, wants me to sing on the biggest day of their life. And again, this was before my Connecticut wedding singer days. This is actually what sparked it. So I got this push while I'm headed down to New York City, or to this, I'm already in New York City. While I'm walking, I got this push, like that was even like bigger now before I did this next audition. And I felt like I needed that. So I get to the audition. Now these are the people that got these little red cards, and out of the 5,000, these are like the 30 people that made it to the second audition. And I'm among them. I didn't get it. And you're filling out all this paperwork. It's crazy. It's like a 50-page, you have to list like 6 people in your life that they can call and they can mail and email. And so anyways, what happens next is I get into my audition. I had prepared something that I wasn't very comfortable with. I think it was Rihanna. It was that song about umbrellas. The umbrella song. Rue, are you still over there?
She's upstairs.
Oh, she's upstairs.
Yeah.
You know that song that goes, Ella, Ella, Ella. And anyways, I tried to make it my own. It wasn't coming out very well. Excuse me. And so what ended up happening was I get in there and I'm like, it's not really me. Can I play something else that I think would be more of who I am? And they were like, go for it. So I dropped the whole Ella, Ella, Ella thing, and they let me play a couple songs, and now I'm actually blanking on what I actually played that day. Either way, they said, you know what? We'd like to see you back again. And I was like, what? And now I was sitting there watching these amazing singers walk one by one out of this studio. They didn't go to the next part. Like, they just sent me to this next area where they interviewed me, and they were like, those when you're watching one of those reality shows and they show the clip when the person's sitting down on the couch with the backdrop and they're talking, and then they go back to the real, living video, and then they go back to the clip and the interview clip. Well, they were doing the interview with me, and they're like, so, who are you? Where are you from? What do you do? And it's like an hour long. So I was like, what is this? This is crazy. So that's what happened. After that audition, I was on cloud 1,000, right? And I'm walking back. And once I started walking back to the train station, I realized that it was dark now. And this again is the song Chrysler. This is what it's all about. This is why it was such, and I'm taking so long to explain this because it was such a day for me and movement of my life musically that it deserved a place to live for me. And so I'm on my way back to Grand Central Station. If you know New York, try saying that 5 times fast. Remy's gonna try it. She's trying it. Anyways, if you know New York, Chrysler Building, they're all trying it out in the background. This is great. Remy did it. They're on point. The Chrysler Building, Grand Central Station. Basically, I was walking 22 blocks to get to Grand Central, and it started snowing in February. Meanwhile, I have a guitar in my back. I'm super excited. I have to pass Times Square at some point. I'm just like, and they're like, you can't tell anybody. I'm in New York walking home, and I have a cell phone, right? I can't tell anybody, Remy.
What happened?
What happened? She says, what's happened?
Yeah, what
I never really told this fullness of a story to them.
Yeah. Did you finish? Did you get the audition? Did you win? Did you win? What happened?
The short of the story is I did not get on the show.
No!
It's true. They basically kept pulling me along, sending me contracts to sign, they sent me like 42 dates that I couldn't plan anything in my life. They sent me, what was it? An Excel file of 25 songs that I had to pick 25 out of 200 songs that I would be likely to sing on the show. All these things, even up to the day of, I was like 4 days away from going to Los Angeles. You know, what airport do you fly out of? We will buy your ticket, all this stuff. And here I am opening up a night for a guy named Bebo Norman. For anyone that's in the room knows Bebo Norman. I was down at the community coffee house, Mr. Chris Barrett. I'm not even sure, Chris, I don't even know if you knew this. But either way, I was opening for Bebo Norman at the community coffee house, one of my childhood people that I looked up to musically. And here I am waiting for a call from The Voice to see if I am going to be on the show in 4 days or if I'm not going to be on the show. They're going to call me. Meanwhile, I'm eating dinner with Bebo Norman before we sang. And I didn't even realize that this is like a life dream to sing before Bebo Norman sings. This is amazing. But I'm waiting for a call. That was like, I mean, what a night. So my phone rings during dinner. And they said, hey, Mr. Ciambriello, we just want to let you know that due to our casting and everything, we had to recast our the whole show that we're planning. And they planned for like a year and a half in advance. So they already had like 2 shows before that was already airing before the show I would have been on was on. And they're like, so unfortunately, we regret to inform you that you are no longer in the casting process.
What?
I know, Rem, right?
What? I mean, come
So
on.
I sank a little bit, but at the same time, here's what happened. Mirabelle, this is exactly what happened. This was your question. Oh, she wants to say something.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, after all that work?
I know.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, don't scream in it, though. Oh, that went right to my ear. So, what they do? They said, everything that you've signed so far. Now, I signed this like 50-page contract that said, you may not see your family for a whole year. But the one that got me, we own your life story. What does that mean?
What?
What does it mean to own your life
Scary.
story?
That's scary.
So it scared me a little bit. So when they said everything you've signed is now null and void, you are released from any contract, I was like, I don't want to be on the show because it kind of like, it was a relief, honestly. But I got this crazy push. She's glad she doesn't watch. I saw that, Emily. That's funny. I got this crazy push. Now, the song Chrysler that I've spent so much time talking about now is about that day. It references the call that I got from Madison. I've never been able to go this deep into the song meaning before, but it recalls the call I got from Madison as I went to push through today. That's a line from it. What else does it talk about? It talks about walking around New York City. It talks about yellow bees, which are the taxis. So people walking where yellow bees can sting them. So they're just everywhere. People, they don't really talk to you unless they need something from you or want something from you. Just stuff I was experiencing that day. Even like when I started writing the song, it was when I came to the edge of a street and I had to wait there. And then I saw the Chrysler building and I started with, Chrysler, you seem bigger than you did just before. And the whole thing was all about, and this is kind of weird too. It's absolutely the Chrysler building. Mirabelle really wants to say something. Go for it, man.
So
While she eats her pizza, she's like,
I think because of like you seem big because than you did just before, it kind of means like because when he was like far away from it, it seemed like tinier, and then when he was closer to it, it seemed bigger. Because once my dad and Sophie, so Sophie was like a long way from Dad, and he put his hand like under her feet, so it looked like he was holding her.
oh, right. One of those little things where you go like this, and then Sophie's standing far in the background, and it looks like she's in between my fingers. That kind of thing? Or it was like that, standing on my hand. Exactly. That's a good memory, Min Min. Love that girl. All right. So, yes, Chrysler Building, it's weird because the song, listening back, everyone didn't like the song because, well, someone said, oh, it sounds like a commercial for Chrysler. And I was like, yeah. And then they said, I don't relate. And I was like, yeah, but it's really about a specific moment that really no one would relate to except for myself. And I put the word Disney in the place of Chrysler, and it sounded so horrible. So I can now imagine. But what I've done is Chrysler, the persona of the Chrysler building, it's almost as if the building itself was named Chrysler. It could have been named Tom. It could have been named Harriet. Doesn't really matter. It's almost similar to like the word Dakota. Someone could be named Dakota, but you think of the state, or it could be like someone named June or May. And at some point you stop thinking about the month or the state, and you start thinking about the person. And that's what happened to me, where Chrysler was a name, a person. It's personified. And the whole idea was the lights from the Chrysler building, that stormy night that I was on cloud 1,000, walking through New York City, was the guiding light that I was using to get home. And that was the whole point of the song. So maybe now that you know the song, it might make more sense. I know it will. Maybe it won't be your least favorite on the album because of it. I give you... you know what? Maybe should I play it first? Okay, I'm going to take a little poll because you guys matter. Should I play it acoustic first, or should I just give you the video? And there's actually video of New York City, which I recorded a couple years later, specifically for this night. So let me know. First person to say what to do. Play it acoustic first and then the recording, or play the recording first. You let me know. I'm going to get a drink of water while someone types something. Perfect. Thanks, Robin. I'm going with the video. I give you Chrysler. Chrysler, you seem bigger than you did just before. I'm so glad you consider leading me home. once more. The night has been cold, and I've been so alone, walking the streets of New York. Chrysler, oh Chrysler. People walking where yellow leaves can sting. No one speaks a word to you unless they're in need of something. The day was so long as I started this song, when I came to the edge of a street. Chrysler, dear Chrysler. Silence, silence. Can you hear what I can't say? I needed your lifting words as I went to push through today. Hopes live in dreams, and life often seems to wake us before we can see them. Chrysler, oh Chrysler. Chrysler, oh Chrysler. I'm almost there. Chrysler, Chrysler, Chrysler. Okay, there you have it, Chrysler. So now you know the story. That was a long story, but it it was a time. It sure was. Okay. So it would be a de-escalation if I was to play Chrysler right now, I think. From going from the full thing. Unless you guys want me to. I will. If you want me to, first person to say what they'd like me to do, move on, which is, I have a little bit more. I have one more song. But thank you so much. I appreciate it, Emily. You know what I'm going to do really quick? I'll do a short version of Chrysler, only because I set up this little thing. Let's see if you could hear it. Do you hear that? So that's actually New York City. When I went down there about a year ago, and I took some audio specifically of the city, and my thought was I'd play it over Chrysler when I play it live. Chrysler, you seem bigger than you did just before. So glad you considered leading me home once more. The night has been cold and I've been so alone, walking the streets of New York. Chrysler, oh Chrysler, people walking where yellow bees can sting. No one speaks a word to you unless they're in need of something. The day was so long as I started this song, when I came to the edge of a street. Chrysler, dear Chrysler, all right, this next part specifically about, it's not really telling someone to be silent as much as it's about the fact that I couldn't tell anybody anything. And I wish I could, but I couldn't. And then it goes into the song from Madison. Silence, silence, can you hear what I can't say? I needed your lifting words as I went to push through today. That's how I didn't make it. And hopes live in dreams, and life often seems to wake us before we can see them. The Chrysler, oh Chrysler, Chrysler, oh Chrysler, I'm almost there. Chrysler, Chrysler, Chrysler. All right, all right. You guys hanging in there with me? We have one more song. One more song. Okay. One more sip of water. Seems like everyone got really quiet and they're all upstairs somewhere. I hope they didn't go to bed because I bought ice cream. They don't know it though. They're going to find out. Okay, and just so you guys know, once I get done with this, I'm going to jump on and kind of get back to you guys. I really appreciate you guys doing, I appreciate you guys messaging me, and I wish it was more interactive. It just so happens that when you're doing this by yourself and you're trying to control everything, and all the technical stuff, you know, anyways, I can get thrown off very easily, and so I appreciate all the comments. You guys are amazing. Thanks for sticking in there with me. Okay, so we have one more song, and this song almost didn't make it onto the EP, and only because it's a very sad song, and this song may make you cry, and I hope it does, only because it makes me cry. When I wrote it, I just listened to this the other day. If you don't like sad songs, you may want to jump the ship now. But I listened to the voicemail, and I was thinking maybe I should play the voicemail, but it was so revealing in the moment of me breaking down that I didn't want to like just go there. So the voicemail was me crying out the words as I was getting them. It was a moment, and I started crying when I was listening to me crying on my voice, on my recording app. So basically, the song is about, it's called Fly with the Angels. And it is about a parent walking home their daughter to heaven. And it's a very melancholy song. And it's basically, the image in my head while I was writing it was that you'd have a parent holding the hand of a child as they walk towards the white gates of heaven. And the song is specifically about a little girl who is named Leah. And I just want to share with you a little bit about who Leah was and still is. All right. This is Leah. And the picture itself is just so empowering. She's like a little superhero. And super big thanks to my wife, who is a writer and has an amazing way with words. You can read along with me. Leah was the beloved middle daughter of Krista and Mike, and cherished sister to Livia and Kara. 2 years ago, Leah left this life and moved on to the next after a brave battle with DIPG, a rare pediatric form of brain cancer. She was missed and is still missed, and continues to inspire the people who know her and loved her, and the people who didn't even know her but loved her still. So, my wife was going to a gym, and the owner of the gym, it's her daughter. And so when this was all happening, I was getting kind of the play-by-play from my wife as far as like this is going on, and we were praying for the family and for Leah, and this is the second time for me that brain cancer has struck a friend of mine, but the last time was a close friend lost their daughter, and it's just it's super heartbreaking, and it's this happens to me a bunch. Maybe for people who have followed me for a little bit, when Newtown happened, the day it happened, I wrote a song. It kind of like it becomes my outlet to get my feelings out. So what happened with Leah is one day she was progressing, and what ended up happening was I had read a blog post from her mom, who started a blog about what the family was going through. And the more I read the blog post, I just started getting these ideas for songs, and or for this song. And one of the things that stuck out to me was that Leah was wondering if the streets of heaven or heaven was made out of candy. And so that stuck with me. I was like, that's so specific to her, to a little girl. And I had not had a chance to meet Leah. It was really through her mom's writing that I had a chance, and what Rue had told me. And so it was the last day of Leah's life here on earth, and I had this idea for the song. I started with the words, and again, I had the voicemail, or the voice recording of me just bawling as they were coming out. Obviously, I have little girls that were about the same age, and it was heart-wrenching for me, so I couldn't imagine what the family was going through. And so this song is super sad, right? And why would I put a super sad song on the album? And it's, after I reached out to Leah's mom, I said, I wanted to check with you to see if this song would make sense, because, I was getting the idea that other people who are going through something similar could have this song as their song also. And she absolutely wanted that to happen. So before we go any further, I do want to pass off to you the ongoing charity that I would love, love, love for you guys to visit and donate to. I honestly, again, if you were going to buy an album and a t-shirt and a whatever, which I don't actually have, everything's digital, but if you were planning on doing that or whatever the case may be, I would hope that you would put that money instead towards the Cure Starts Now Connecticut chapter. So here's the link for the Cure Starts Now. And when you click that link, you'll see the same picture I just showed you of Leah. And there's a place to donate. There's a place to start a fundraiser. There she is. So I think what I'll do is I'll play this one acoustic because that was the majority of the folks last time around that said, please play it acoustic. And then we'll move on and I'll play the recorded version of it. But this song and everything was used obviously with the parents' permission. But it's one of those, it doesn't make you feel very good. But the song itself, and just to say about the song, it's a parent walking a child home to heaven and saying, it's okay to go fly with the angels. It's all right. I'm going to start up. Okay. Verse number 2, if you catch it, it turns into, thanks, Emily. I appreciate you sharing that. Verse number 2 turns into God who now has the child and takes over and says, go fly with my angels. So it was like the completeness of the journey. Born here on earth and passed on to her home in heaven. And there's a part that says how God was walking basically beside you or beside the parent so that the parent had the strength basically to walk her home to heaven. So quick thing, Mirabelle, do you want to talk about this song? And I just want to get your input. Now, I have to say, Mirabelle doesn't like sad songs. Is that right? Go ahead. You're on. This is Fly with the Angels. Do you not like sad songs?
Yeah,
This is
them.
our 8-year-old. Why don't you like sad songs?
Because they just make me sad.
It's true. It's true. And so the problem is that I've been recording, literally everybody that's listening, directly behind where you're looking right now is another computer. That's my desktop. That's where I do all my recording right here at my house. So, and I do all the mixing and all the mastering. And so the song has been played many, many, many times over the past whoever knows how long. And Mirabelle hears it. She's like, Dad, shut it down. Right?
Or stop singing it.
Stop singing it.
In your head, but you gotta get it out.
Exactly. So without further ado, thanks, Mirabelle. I appreciate that. She was walking by, so I figured we'd get her input. Thanks. But I have to sing it now, so you're going to want to close your ears.
I'm gonna be upstairs. But
She's going to go upstairs. Okay. I got to take a sip of water anyways, and we need to change. I think I'm going to shut this off. That's gone. I think we're going to get some lights here for a second.
Yes, do that while I'm upstairs.
All right. This song definitely makes me feel blue, but sometimes it has to be done. Sorry. have a home in my heart. I won't stop dreaming of you. You see those gates of white? That's where we're going to. Let me carry you inside, my little girl. Don't be scared. You can go and fly, fly with the angels, the candy streets. You'll see them there. I'll hold your hands while you fly, fly with the angels. I have a home for her, where there will be no pain. I was walking by your side, giving you strength so you can bring her back to me. Let me carry you inside, my little girl. Don't be scared. You can go and fly, fly with the angels, the candy streets. You'll see them there. I'll hold your hand while you fly, fly with the angels, the little girl. You can go and fly, fly with the angels, the candy streets. You'll see them there. I'll hold your hand while you fly, fly with the angels. You could fly with the angels. I'll hold your hands while you fly, fly with the angels. Could fly with the angels. All right. So without further ado, this is Fly with the Angels. You have a home in my heart. I won't stop dreaming of you. You see those gates of white? That's where we're going to. Let me carry you inside, my little girl. Don't be scared. You can go and fly, fly with the angels, the candy streets. You'll see them there. I'll hold your hands while you can bring her back to me. Now let me carry her inside, my little girl. Don't be scared. You can come and fly, fly with my angels. The candy streets, we have them here. I'll hold your hands while you fly, fly with my angels, my little girl. Don't be scared. You can come and fly, fly with my angels. The candy streets, we have them here. I'll hold your hands while you fly, fly with my angels. You can fly with the angels. All right, there you have it. Fly with the angels. I just wanted to thank Krista, who is Leah's mom, for letting me, more than letting me, but trusting me with that and presenting it and allowing for other people to be comforted by the song, or if they're going through something that's similar. So thank you. All right, so I figured we've been here for 2 hours-ish. And before the girls go to bed, which is so late, they're normally in bed by now, I want to try to get them down to celebrate with a little bit of ice cream, which they don't know about it. So I'm going to play one song. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for sticking around. I know it's kind of, I felt a smidge awkward tonight. I was up until the last minute. I was trying to tweak out these things that were happening technically, and then when I jumped on, I was like, I felt a little flustered. It's like the last song happening now. I just thank you guys for sticking with me, and thanks to my family for letting me do another one of these live shows. Pretty much everything shuts down, and I'm like, okay, everybody, no streaming anything from any device, and or else we'll lose this stream. Excuse me. So I figured I'd end with a song here. You guys know this song. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to start playing it. Excuse me. There was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw him bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throat, she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked the floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. And I've seen your flag in the marble arch. And love is not a victory march. It's a code, it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. All right, everybody. Thank you again for sticking around. I don't know if you know many musicians that are doing the live thing, but it's so different when you're normally used to communicating with people, seeing people's faces, just like even eye contact with people is just such a big thing, and so the lack of that is it's kind of weird. It really is. But the fact that the chat feed has been blowing up, you guys have been amazing. Thank you for sticking around, and thanks again. If you do want to do something amazing tonight, I am going to repost. There we go. Repost the Connecticut chapter of The Cure starts now. And if you donated to something, I'd be so appreciative. I would be. But, no worries if money's tight nowadays at the moment. You guys, thanks again. Have a beautiful day. Remember, for anyone that's maybe came in here late, I'm just going to post this in the chat. Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks, John. Good to see you. This link that I'm posting right now is a link to a lyrics page that I just made public on my website. It has little play buttons next to every song that's on the new album. And thanks, Robin. And so you're able to hear the song, see the lyrics right next to it, so you don't need to worry about streaming services if you're not doing that kind of thing, or if you don't have a subscription to anything. But if you do, at 12 midnight, the album will be on all streaming services, which is super exciting. Just it is. And look out for the videos. I'll be posting soon, the videos for the other songs, probably in about a week or so. I'm going to try to release one a week, I think. All right. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful night. I'm going to get on Facebook for a little while and just get back to your comments and just message you guys back. So have a beautiful one. I also have to go sneakily get the girls to get some ice cream that I bought earlier for them to celebrate. So have a beautiful night, everybody. You guys take care. You're more than welcome. You guys are spectacular. Have a good night.